From the Standing Stone Farm Studio right outside downtown Nashville, it's time for the most ridiculous sports podcast in the world. So sit back, relax, and listen as Bobby Butler and Brandon Bond crack open a cold one and talk all things hockey, pop culture, and complain about everyday situations. It's the Pucks Out Podcast on the Penalty Box Radio Network.
Welcome into the most ridiculous podcast in sports and pop culture. I'm Bobby. He's Brandon.
Hello.
You can find us on the three majors of social media at Pucks Out Pod. Now let's crack open this cold Mayday beer and let's get at it. As always, Pucks Out is powered by Mayday Brewery, the official beer. Pucks Out Podcast. Check them out every Tuesday for Singo and Thursday for Bingo. And my beer just didn't even shake it, but it somehow just got everywhere. So.
You know, man, I've heard this crazy theory out there, and I don't know if it's true or what, but have you seen the beer pouring thing?
No. I thought you were about to just be a smart ass. I've heard this theory that there's a thing called carbonation.
People are pouring beer. Oh, no. I'm actually bringing not facts or anything, but like I saw like a video or something.
Yeah.
So, you know how you tilt the beer so you don't get the foam.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't foam up on you. Well, apparently, or any carbonated drink like that, apparently you're supposed to pour it just aggressively into the cup to let the foam happen. Because if you do not, then it shakes up in your stomach and you do get the foam just in a different locale.
I've seen those videos too, and I always thought
with
it
like
was
the
bullshit.
paper towel or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they put a paper towel after they poured one, and then they paper towel. I don't know, man. I mean, it sounds a little bit too sciencey for me.
Yeah, I just like drinking beer.
Yeah, I'm just trying to drink beer. But if it allows me to drink more beer,
then yeah.
Then I'm for science.
Yeah.
Then I'm pro science.
We will have to
in that
test
case.
that out at some point. Yeah.
Okay.
We will have to have some science experiments at some point.
Sounds good.
But today we have got a bunch to talk about. We are getting very close to the Stanley Cup Finals. We were in the conference finals right now. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. How are you this week, bud?
Whew, I'm off work tomorrow, so that is good. I have made it through the week, so I'm happy about that. I'm doing all right, just looking excited, getting excited for some crawfish, dude. I'm jazzed up about that. We're gonna fit check in a little bit, but just kind of seafooding it up. I got my Baltimore shirt on. I got my Orioles hat on. I just you know what we just ordered, bro? We just ordered some Utz crab chips, bro.
Ooh,
had to do it on him.
I'm jealous.
Had to do it on him. I'll bring you a couple. We got 60.
Let's go.
So
let's go. 60 bags?
Yeah. Well, not like big bags, but like the individual.
Oh, okay.
Snacks.
Okay. I thought you meant like 60 family size bags. I was
like,
damn.
I actually can I get a little gas money to get up there to you? I'll bring you a bag.
I was like, does Steph know about this, or did you go rogue?
No. I made her order it because they were even like the 60 bag thing. I mean, it ended up being like 54 cents a bag, but it was like for something we haven't had a lot of. It's like we're really committing here. I was like, well,
yeah,
whether you like them or not, I'm going to fake love them if I don't. I mean, they're going to be delicious, right? They got like a fake Old Bay on it. I mean, there's no way. There's no way that they're bad. I mean, I was like, Stephanie, have we ever had anything from Baltimore that was not good? No, you would never know because it was covered in Old Bay. It was absolutely covered in it. It's the only thing you tasted, and you love that taste. So, but yeah, man, how you doing? I know you're kind of coming up at the end of your school year, brother.
I'm doing great, man. Yeah, school year is done. We are in summer practice now for football. And luckily, because I coach freshmen, we have off on Fridays, which means that I get a 3-day weekend. I'm happy about that. Get to enjoy a little bit of my summer. And then, back at it on Monday. But luckily, I'm done at, 11. So I'm up at 5 to get there to work out and then practice from 8 to 11. Then I got the rest of the day in front of me. And it's nice just to, like, not know what to do, because not knowing what to do for me is nice. That means I can do whatever for the rest of the day.
Well, I mean, we're about to steal. We're about to steal all that time. Online dynasties for sure. In NCAA, dude. I've already, I know Sass will get it. Jackson will probably get it. We at least got 4 right there. probably do different conferences, right? See if we can meet up in the playoff.
Yeah,
or same conference.
I usually
battle out for the playoff.
Either though I'm not like the biggest fan of them in real life, and I'll support them, but like my NCAA Dynasty team has always been the U, baby. I've always taken Miami to the Natties, so I'll take ACC.
So ACC, yeah, that's usually a hard one to sell. I mean, it'd be a battle for the SEC. I'm probably going Conference USA though. gotta get my Blue Raiders to the ship, baby.
Yeah. We all do Conference USA.
We all just battle it out. We don't even make it. We're not even good. I saw this ridiculous.
The computer wins the conference.
I saw this ridiculous tweet the other day. This guy saying, like everybody's talking about what they're doing to get ready for NCAA. Like, what's your first play call going to be? Might be dive up the middle, get the jitters out. This one guy said,
4 verts.
Me preparing. Some people are going 4 verts. Some people are going to kneel it in honor. First play of the game in honor. A little moment of silence. But this one guy was like me getting ready to beat an 8-year-old at NCAA or whatever, since he's never played the game. And I was like, somebody is like, easy now, fella. It does not matter 1 iota if this kid has ever played before. You're done. You're cooked. He's going to tell you, he's going to be beating you with Ohio State, and he's not even going to know what team it is, dude. You got to chill out. 8-year-olds know what's up when it comes to the video games, dude. So yeah. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about
I really
hope
they have. I really want them to have what Madden had, and they may haven't played Madden forever. The historical great teams.
Yeah.
Get a couple of the Alabama, get a couple of the old Notre Dames. Because, dude, if that's the case, then I'm rocking 1968 USC in an online dynasty. And OJ, the juice about to be loose on y'all.
I want option mode for sure. That is something I want. I don't know that I haven't seen anything about it. We're not getting mascot mode, so that's no bueno for sure. But I'm intrigued. They said it's not going to be ultimate team based like Madden is. They said it's really about the dynasty mode, and I hope that's true because I'm really interested to see the transfer portal, how it works, and yeah, I'm relatively excited, which is a dangerous game when it comes to EA games, but cautiously optimistically excited about it for sure.
Yeah, watch the to enter the transfer portal. You have to buy a loot box and have to hope you get the team you want, or else you got to keep rolling.
We'll see. I'm sure that there will be aspects of it that is quite annoying. Fit check for yourself, brother. I think we haven't got to that.
Got my Grizz hat on. I tried to find my Celtics hat, couldn't find it. So I went with the next best thing. I went with my Grizz hat. I've been looking everywhere online for a Vancouver Grizzlies jersey that's my size, but I just can't find one that I like. But until I get that, I'm gonna rock this. I just got I just walked in, so I still got my Laverne football shirt on from practice.
Okay. No worries. That's an okay fit check there.
Yeah. Let's jump into the news.
Everything you need to know about what's happening on the ice. It's time for news from inside the boards.
The Oilers set franchise record by allowing 0 power play goals in 8 straight playoff games.
It's impressive.
I'm honestly, if you had told me that, I would have thought that was a league record. I would like to know what the league record is.
What is the league record? That is crazy because 8 straight games is this whole conference finals, and it would have been the last 4 games of their other series.
I'm gonna see what I can find.
Okay.
So
I can
Oilers
move into the next one. From Michael Stefano on X, the Utah Hockey Club owner Ryan Smith was an impromptu guest on the Pat McAfee show today. While on the show, he said they've narrowed the team nickname down to 4 names and then specifically named Mammoth and Yeti as 2 of the 4 frontrunners, which love it. I think that I don't even need to know the other 2. Don't even need to know the other two. I think that these two should be the clear front runners. Those are very solid names.
One of the ones that luckily got axed was going to be horrible because they were going to keep the same name from when they were in Arizona, which would be
Coyotes. Dumb. Okay. That would have been weird for them to be the Utah Arizona Coyotes, though, Bob. I think that would have been strange, probably. They're keeping the same name.
They should have just yeah. That's how it works. When you move, you have to keep the name. No matter how many times you move, you have to keep the full name.
Well, I forget who it was. That was it was some stand-up comedian that was talking about the Los Angeles Angels, which is the Angels. So, that's a rough one to go through, which is literally translates to the Angels. The Los Angeles Angels. So it's hard to be rougher than that. But yeah, that would have been tough. I think that if one of the other 4 front runners is Mormons, I think it should be that. If that's fair, the Utah Mormons or the Utah Joseph Smiths. I would accept Joseph Smith. If those are the other 2 in the 4 front runners, I'm for them. But from these 2, I think I'm definitely for Yeti, right? I think Yeti is sick.
Yeah, Yeti's dope. Now, I don't know, obviously copyright, maybe, but I don't know if there's actually a rule in hockey that says you can't have a name. You can only have you can't have a name that another hockey team has. But I mean, just troll people. Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
Most people, honestly, if you had asked me 20 minutes ago, I would have said, I think the Jazz are defunct. But I just looked it up. They're still a team.
No.
Didn't know that.
What? The Jazz are defunct?
I thought the Jazz moved. I thought they were like the Supersonics. I thought they were like the Supersonics. Yeah, that's what I meant.
The Supersonics are the last one that have moved. That would be, honestly, Bobby, one of your better ideas you've ever had. Just every same color scheme too, dude. You never have to get new stuff, dude. Oh, I'm going to a Jazz game, and you show up in your hockey sweater. It was actually supposed to be a basketball game. It's like, it's chill, dude. I'm just a hockey Jazz fan, and now I'm here to cheer on the basketball Jazz.
And honestly, I've already started this a long time ago because you know what I have? I have a hockey jersey that can turn into a basketball jersey with the removable sleeves. Boom.
Oh, you're in, dude. You're in. We get a baseball team here, and it's not the Nashville Predators, dude. I'm going to be pissed. About it, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the Titans, which I guess also by our canon now, that they are the Nashville Titans Houston Oilers.
Yes.
Because they have to keep their name, but they also now have to change their name to Predators.
They're also the
Nashville. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's something to think about. We'll get some letters out and see if they will accept. It seems like they're
already making a new stadium. Now's the time.
So Yeti, top runner. I like Mammoth though, and honestly, let me hit you with this, Bob. I'm kind of hoping Mammoth, and I'll tell you why. Because Yeti is cooler, and I don't want anybody else to have cooler stuff. You know, you know what you get what I'm coming at.
I agree. What I will say, though, is while I like both of these feel like team names that you would select if you were like making a custom team in an NHL game. 100%. They don't really have the feel of a real professional team name.
100%.
Like, they're good, but like...
The reason, though... Well, but see, there's a reason for that, Bobby. It's because these two animals are not regularly represented as mascots for teams. If they were the Utah Tigers...
Usually they're birds.
Well, Tigers wouldn't really work it would work, I guess, but it's not really a hockey team name. But like, that's the problem, is that everybody uses the same thing.
Falcons.
We got to give them a shot. We got to let them work this in.
Yo, I love it. Yeah. No, I love it.
But it does have a certain feel of the
Mammoth. Honestly, I do want Mammoth also, because that means, honestly, that needs to be the Preds' new rival. A saber-toothed tiger and a mammoth going at it. That's going to, the story writes itself.
They end up being friends, though, right? So probably wouldn't.
Yeah. I don't know.
The thing is, you said, this is like somebody like is customizing a team. Isn't that kind of what Ryan Smith is doing, though? He like bought, he like owns the Jazz now. Like he owns like the soccer team there. He's like, let's bring a friggin'. So he's kind of like, just honestly, death to the billionaires and all that good stuff. But if I was a billionaire, he's doing exactly what I would be doing.
Yeah.
Right? Like
he's going to have a little button in his office where he
where
can
do you
put
live?
up and down the hot dog prices.
Where do you live? I live at the stadium, dude. Like my suite, I would just have 3 suites and they would just be my home, dude. Right?
Yeah.
You know, like every day, not, you're not fully staffing the whole place every day, but you do a fundraiser every day for a different place, like a different school or whatever, and they run one concession stand that you then eat all your meals at and stuff. This is what I think about.
To me, I got to be honest. I know it's a fundraiser, but that feels awfully close to like child labor. If you're just like,
no,
hey, kids, come work.
You're gonna pay them. You're paying for all the stuff.
Yeah. No, I said child labor. Yeah. It's not child slavery, but paying children to work is still child labor.
We're offering that to their parents if they want to come. If they want to bring the kids along. Hey, what are we talking about? Running a concession stand is the lifeblood of all. How do they make so much money? Because 90% of those stands you see, they're not even paying those people money. They're not even paying them money. They're just you're giving them fundraiser dollars, dude. So
they're lucky if they get a hot dog at the end of the night.
Wow. I will. Whoa. I will hear no ill will speaking towards working the Vanderbilt concession stand. If somebody called me right now and said, hey, everything is the same from when you were in high school, you want to come work this? We're not going to pay you anything. I would say absolutely, because you would be living big, dude. You'd walk out of there with stacks of personal pizzas.
So
I never. Titan stadiums are different.
I never
really
got
about that dollar.
Well, I never got the luxury of being a bigwig getting to work at the Vanderbilt Stadium. When I was in high school, middle school, I had to work at the Nashville Sound Stadium at the old stadium. And it was not great.
Oh gosh, well, poor Bobby. Yeah, this was in high school, and we worked at Memorial Gym, and it was. Let me tell you, bro, that was solid. We were eating Papa John's personal pizzas for days afterwards, bro. You'd come out with a stack of about 15 and popcorn and hot dogs and.
You get me hungry.
Oh, me too.
All right, so we're going to talk about the playoffs in a little bit, so there's not much more to talk about as far as news goes, so we're going to move to outside the NHL.
Now that you know what's happening inside the boards, time for the rest of the headlines with news from outside the boards.
The NBA playoffs, and we are awfully close for me having called it a little while ago during round 1. I called Celtics Mavs, with Celtics beating the Mavs, and the Mavs just need to wrap up their series with the Celtics. They're looking unstoppable.
Yes.
Looking real good.
Minnesota got a win. Celtics kind of worked through it. Halliburton hurt, injuries. I mean, Celtics were the better team for sure. They're a solid team. I think the Mavs take it easy if the T-Wolves don't take them to like 7 games. You know what I'm saying? If they don't get them tired.
Yeah.
Luka is unstoppable, man. They have just had no answers for him or Kyrie. The Celtics are good, man. I think we're set up for a good NBA championship. Obviously, I was rooting for the T-Wolves. Celtics, obviously, last team I want to win. But as I said, I think I said last time, at least they've got some players that I don't dislike. Like, I would not mind Brown and Tatum winning a title. You know, I have zero problem with those guys specifically. But, you know, Celtics, you won many. So that is where I'm rooting. But
the city has won a lot.
The Boston Celtics are right behind the Lakers in championships. So I don't want to hear it. But yeah, the city's won a lot.
It feels like every time that the Patriots are starting to struggle, some other team in that city is like, all right, well, I guess we have to step up now.
You'll pick it up for a year or two, bud. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about us, Boston.
Yeah, it must be nice to be nice to be a sports fan in the area.
100%, dude. Like if Boston sports fans are the worst for that reason. It's like, dude, you've never felt there's never been one point in your life where a championship wasn't only like a possibility. You're upset if they don't get it. Okay, so get out of my face.
I think in the 90s, I think in the 90s there was some struggle. The Celtics were, I think, in the 90s before Tom Brady came. I think there was a maybe 15-year period.
They probably
from 85 to something like.
Bobby, let's be honest. Like before Tom Brady and Belichick, like Boston even claimed New England, dude. They were like, "Oh, that's just the Patriots." That was the worst Boston accent of all time, by the way. That was terrible.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you were doing.
That's not Patriots. What is that? What was that at all? That's not a...
I think that was like an Indian, like 1920s reporter.
The Pats.
Yeah, the Patriots. Yeah.
Oh, the Patriots.
It's a Norwegian. You were a Norwegian doing a Boston accent.
Right. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn the Boston accent. But yeah, honestly, watched more NBA playoffs to this point. I'll usually catch a finals game or two, but usually don't watch much NBA playoff. This has been such a fun NBA playoffs, dude. The Mavericks Thunder series was fantastic. Wolves Nuggets series, fantastic. The Pacers Knicks series going to 7 was fantastic. So it's been a really good. And each time there's so many folks in there. It's like we're really kind of getting that passing of the torch of these young guys in the league that are the new face of the league. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who arguably should have won the MVP. Luka and Kyrie there, and the Suns going out in the first. It's just been a really good NBA playoffs. Even though we're not huge NBA fans as it is, I'm good. I'm into a good playoff for sure.
Oh yeah. And initially I did say Celtics would win in the Mavs. I think I said Celtics in 6. Mm-hmm. From what I'm seeing from Luka and the Mavs, I think even though I did say that the Celtics are being dominant, they have been dominant in that conference. I think the Mavs beat them. I think the Mavs beat. I think it goes to 7, but I think Mavs win in 7.
Yeah, I would not be surprised.
They got to get there first.
If it becomes a battle and a really good series, I can see the Celtics winning it. But if the Mavs jump on them early, I think if the Mavs win, they win in 5. I think if the Celtics win, they win in 7. But I don't hate that. I don't hate that thought process at all. I really just want it to be a good. It was so disappointing that we're sitting here with a 3-1 Dallas league, and obviously. This series still has a good chance of being a good series if, they win another one or win 2 more and take it to 7. But very disappointing how the conference finals played out for sure. A 4-0 sweep for the Celtics with a lot of injuries on the Pacers side. Not that they would have won anyway, but it would have been a much better series. And then the Mavs jumping up to a 3-0 lead on the Wolves, who did take one. But I fear that the Mavs close it out. So good for and ultimately good finals. We'll have 2 rested finals teams. But not so fun for how fun they've been so far to these conference finals not being as fun as you kind of expected. Before you move on though to this next section, I'm not going to keep talking NBA playoffs, but I wanted to interrupt you. Why have we never done the 999 challenge? I think this is outside the NHL. We've played beer and inning, Bobby, and we've crushed beer and inning. The 999 challenge adds the extra layer of 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, 9 innings. So we got to do that.
So you do 9 beers and 9 hot dogs per inning?
Yes, Bobby. You do 9 beers and 9 hot dogs per inning. No, you fool.
The beer is like you did a hot dog. Oh,
you do 1 per inning. Yeah. Oh. You do 81 dogs, just a quick 81 dogs and 81 beers. You fool.
Well, that's why I was like, God damn, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I can tell you why we've never.
When you become Joey Chestnut, you just do a quick.
Well,
it's the equivalent. You know why you do 81 and 81, Bob? Because you add those 2 together, what do you get? 162. How many MLB games are there? 162. So obviously, this is why you do that. So no, it's the beer and inning, but you add a hot dog per inning. Which honestly,
So
levels it up, dude. That levels it up to me.
I mean, first off, we both know you and I could easily
crush it. Absolutely crush it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, listen, stepping it up to the 9. That's why I went. That's why I assumed you meant 9 and inning. I'm like, listen, man, I'm here for that. But like the hot dogs is going to be a challenge.
Yes, the hot dogs. Beers are easy.
Listen, we're a little bit older now. Doing 9 beers an inning in our heyday, we could crush it.
We could have we could have crushed 2-3 innings. 2-3 innings, people would have been impressed as hell. They would have been impressed as hell.
We would have lost count. Then very annoyed.
No, and see, I'm going to tell you this, Bob. You know what is actually, I just straight up, could I do 9 beers, eat 9 hot dogs, and watch 9 innings of baseball? No question. Where the difficulty lies to me is that, like, I can't eat 2 dogs in an inning. You know what I'm saying? It's a per inning thing, and so you're waiting to eat that extra food. So that's it. I think because that's an expensive proposition to go in to a stadium and do that. So I'm thinking, me and Sass have talked about just doing it at home one time, and the way you simulate is you got to boil the hot dogs, and you got to bun them, and you got to aluminum foil them, so you get that good dog.
So also, I have access to a hot dog roller, which is also
my gosh, yeah, that's obviously we're gonna need that for this. So
we get that. We get some tall boys because obviously you and I we'd be doing the tall boys.
I'm old now, Bob. We got to get the hot dog game.
What we need to do now, we need to order some Natty Boh tall boys.
Those are hard to get, dude. We've been trying to get them. Nobody has them anywhere. Dude. Those are tough to get, which, you were like, why is it so? Because it's like a shitty local beer, dude, that we love because we've been up there. But like, you give Natty Boh to anybody else, it probably doesn't even feel the same if you've never had one in Baltimore, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to their website right now for their beer locator. And seeing where I can find no results found.
I told you, dude.
Upgrade it to...
You're acting like you're just like, you're like bringing this upon me. Like, I can look for beer online. Like, yeah, Bob, I'm familiar with the process of, because if they had some shipper, I would get it to my local. Like, I'd be like, order a case and I will come buy it.
I'll reach out to my boy Colton, who works for a liquor distributor, and see what he can do for me.
Dude. Yeah. Cause
we'll make this happen.
Yeah. I mean, we're sponsored. Yeah. We're Mayday folks all the way. No questions asked. That's the beer of the podcast. But, we got to have some, Natty Boh for sure. Have some Botinis.
Yeah. We're going to get to the bottom of this, people. All right. So next story. Let's see. 12 years later, American Olympic hurdler Lashinda Demas will get gold medal at ceremony in Paris. You found this. What is the story behind this?
Yeah. Essentially, this is just one of the silver medalists behind the Russian dopers. And so they've never, they took away the Russian medalists' gold medals, but never what is it called? Like redistributed or gave out the gold medals to the people that won silver, and the silver to the one that won bronze, and the bronze to the one that won. Imagine you 12 years of your life, you're a bronze medalist, or a gold medalist, or a silver medalist, and technically you're not. And so the Olympic Committee, I forget what it's called, the ILL or IOL or IOC,
something like that.
The IOC is now doing their first plan to. They're going to have a ceremony and everything, and the rightful gold medalist going to get their gold medal. I mean, she won silver. She was, I believe it was it hurdle? Yeah, she was a hurdler. It's the 400 meter. She's 41 now, and she has been fighting for this to get this to happen, but holds no ill will towards the IOC. But they're going to hold their first reallocation. That was the word I was looking for. Reallocation ceremony at the Summer Games. Super sick. Just one more gold in America's, notch, dude. You know, belt. Another notch in the belt. I don't know what I was going for there, Bob. I messed up the saying completely, and you didn't even call me out on it. So get it together.
I was gonna let it go.
I felt like that was necessary. We needed to talk about that since we got, summer games
100%.
coming up and whatnot. But yeah, so congratulations to not only Lashinda Demas, who will be receiving the gold, who the article's about, but anybody else that got their rightful achievement finally putting right back into play. What is this, crazy, man? Because we got gold medals going back to folks. We got Reggie Bush getting his Heisman. And then I'm going to skip this next one so we can talk about it last, because the Negro League stats are back, or not back. I guess they never were. The Negro League stats have been integrated into the MLB record books.
Yeah.
So a well-deserved
history is corrected.
Well-deserved
itself.
history. There's, and we've already been talking about all the potential arguments, Bob. So, why don't I throw one at you of why it's a silly stat, a silly thing to say. I believe some people have said, well, they didn't even play the white MLB players. to which, Bobby, you wanna take this one?
Yeah, guess what? The white guys also didn't get to play them either.
Fair. And then the other thing I would have to say, but why not?
What's
though?
the reason?
But why not? But why didn't they get to? Did the black players not let the white players join up, or I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's the same situation when they say the Civil War wasn't about slavery, it's about states' rights, and you can respond with states' right to what? And they're just like, well,
right to what? To not be controlled by the federal government. But in what way, though? In what way was the federal government controlling your state is what I'm trying to ask you. But there are, the arguments are silly. There were 180 games played from white all-star teams from 1900 to 1948. There was 180 games, and the Negro League baseball players won 108 and won 51% of those games. The two best players, arguably, the best players in the league in the 20th century, based on the wins against replacement stat, was Willie Mays, number 1, and Hank Aaron, number 2. The number of MVPs that came from Negro League players. Dizzy Dean, in this article that we were reading, Dizzy Dean said that the best pitcher he ever saw was Satchel Paige. And yes, he did get to play in the MLB at some point, but well past his prime. Imagine, it's like Wayne Rooney coming to play at the MLS. Like, yes, that's Wayne Rooney. I see him. That is David Beckham on the field. I see them. But that's not the David Beckham. That's not the Wayne Rooney that started his career. If he started his career there, it would obviously be different. So I would love to hear any arguments of why these high-level baseball players, their stats shouldn't count. I think a couple people, Ty Cobb was a person whose, was it slugging percentage? Or was it on base percentage?
Batting average.
Batting average. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, not poor Ty Cobb, the guy who I was in elementary school, I read like a book on him that I don't even think fully told all of his stories. He would intentionally sharpen his cleats and stab people sliding into the plate or sliding into the base, dude. Like on purpose. Like, he's out. There's nothing that this is going to do. Well, I'm going to make sure I stat. So, like, it's a very silly argument. These were some of the greatest all-time baseball players ever, and now they're finally getting the true credit they deserve. And if you think, oh, well, they didn't play the same, that's fine. You can think that all you want. But again, there was a reason that they weren't playing together. But yeah, super. So I guess some
Yeah.
some weird history being righted. All kind of, it's the rule of
Yeah.
3s and 4s, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. That just means that somewhere there's a time traveler going through fixing stuff in the timeline, and we just don't know
Maybe.
about it yet.
Maybe.
But yeah.
I feel like these are all great things that happened. I feel like, come on, man, we got a couple things that you could help us out with.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you want to go back to 1935 Germany and fix some things? Just saying. He's like, no, I just like sports. I'm a sports. I keep it a sports. I like to keep politics out of it.
Well, he's like, it has the least amount. What if you find out changing stuff like this is the best way to make an actual impact without it butterfly affecting?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to do the science episode on that, Bob.
All right. So up next, the unfortunate passing of 2-time national champion winner and 2-time NBA champion Bill Walton, Hall of Fame player, Hall of Fame commentator. After his battle with cancer, the NBA announced he was 71.
A colorful guy. I mean, I believe you said he's a 2-time champion. He won an MVP as well. I was watching a clip of this man. He legitimately took his shoe off, tried to block a shot with it, which was sick. He tossed it. Whatever. Yeah. It reminded me of the time George Bush got shoes thrown at him in Iraq. It was reminiscent of that. Like, he took the bad boy off and he missed. He didn't even get the ball. He didn't even get it.
Yeah. Which I would like to say, not to segue too much, but you know what we miss in today's culture? More presidents should have shoes thrown at them every once in a while.
Just in case. Just
keep them agile.
Right.
That's how honestly, that's how a president should be elected. Which president dodges the most shoes?
We try to keep it, very littly non-political. We try not to go super politics. So I don't care what your belief in George W. Bush is at all politically, but we can agree. That's how a grown man dodges shoes, dude. Dodged the one, bro. Ready for the next. Didn't even let security go take him out. Yeah. He's like, it's all good, dude. He's like, it's a couple of shoes, dude. It's a couple of shoes, bro. It's all good. It's all good.
So that's how they say hello.
That's it. So yeah, we can agree. Politics aside, if it was shoe
that was
dodging,
actually his Coke dealer getting him his Coke.
You're right. He's like, he's good. He's like, grab the shoe. Yeah. But Bill Walton, rest in peace, my friend. He is, huge Grateful Dead fan. Hearing stories about Dan Patrick talking about, his time with Bill Walton is great. So definitely a loss for sports in general, the basketball world. A guy that, all over the place, an MVP at Portland, and then the 6th man of the year, going to the Celtics, going to that, dynastic Celtics team.
And I mean, and also just a great person and a dope, he was arrested for protesting the Vietnam War. That's just a dope thing.
Truly a guy that you were happy to listen to on a broadcast. He was knowledgeable about everything. He'd tell you where to go hike. Just a remarkable individual that is definitely a big loss for the sports world. Because Bill Walton has been an impact in, I feel like, both of our lives. Not directly, oh my gosh, Bill Walton has impacted but Bill Walton's been around for a long time, and really before I'd ever watched a lot of Bill Walton basketball. He was never Bill Walton the basketball player. He was Bill Walton the commentator and the analyst to me. So being able to be older and go back and look at some of that stuff he's done is great. Being there with John Wooden.
If you click on the CNN article that you have linked, at the very bottom is a dope picture of him at a Grateful Dead show. Just so much taller than everyone else, just having a blast, and just being a deadhead.
And he's just and this is this is 2015, so it's 9 years ago. So the man was 62 years old, and he was just a great guy that definitely brought a lot to the sports world. And so to see that, he's gone, it's always good to see the lasting legacy that somebody leaves on everything.
100%. Let's move into our main topic of the day. We are talking the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. Currently, if I can pull it up real quick to make sure I get the correct games. Florida and New York is tied 2-2, and I believe both series are tied 2-2 right now. Correct?
Or that is correct. Dallas both are two games apiece for both teams. And it's been a back and forth series for both of them. I was sure Florida was gonna win on Saturday. Saturday, and the Rangers drop a couple, just immediately run one after the other, and it ends up still being an overtime game. It is as good of a as good of two conference finals as you can get. We know that we're gonna get a Stanley Cup winner that, the most recent winner of these four teams. Bob, you go ahead and you take your guess.
I would assume it has to be the Rangers, right?
Dallas Stars, 1999. Are you asking for team? The Rangers won a title in 1999. Sure they were the most recent of these four teams to win the cup. The Rangers won their last cup in 1994, making them the second closest team to win a cup. The Oilers win their last cup in 1990, and the Panthers have never won a cup. So we will get at very least the first cup in 25 years at the very earliest. At the very earliest, we'll have a cup winner that hasn't won a cup in 25 years. We may get one that never wins it. That has never won it.
Hope not.
The Rangers last time they won it was Messier in 94, and Oilers obviously Gretzky in 1990. So very interesting, and it's funny. Somebody brought up a funny point online. Are the Oilers America's team? Which feels weird to say.
Definitely not. 100% they're not.
Hold on.
They're not.
Hear me out. Mega superstar, face of the league. Almost everybody can recognize it. Americans love stars. Edmonton, the final true blue collar city on this list. Who wants the Dallas Stars to win? Forget Dallas. Just in general, you just said the phrase. America loves stars. They love star players. Fair enough.
Yeah, I know.
Fair enough. But nobody wants Kachuk and Miami and those guys. Forget them. And New York. Come on. No red-blooded American.
I'm Rangers all the way on this one, baby.
No red-blooded American. I'm just saying, more in the general sense that stacking them up, besides the fact that they're in Canada, they're the underdogs. They're the lowest ranked of all four of these teams. They're basically checking every box that an American wants to see in a title winner, except for they're from Canada. That's it, Bob. That's the only thing that makes them not America's team.
You know what else America loves? America loves streaks. And frankly, this streak of Canada not getting a Stanley Cup, to me, is just too precious.
That is the battle. That is the battle for sure. That is the battle for sure.
And that is my rock and a hard place because I hate the Stars. I hate the city of Dallas. I despise the city of Dallas. I'm a Washington fan, but I want that streak to continue.
No.
So
if you're asking me,
the other matchup, right now, I'm easy.
Yeah, you're asking me right now. Oilers win the cup to end the streak, or the Dallas Stars win the cup. It is zero question for me. Forget the Stars, dude.
So
F them. Davey, hope you're listening to this.
The Yeah, in a perfect world, the Rangers beat the Oilers. That way, Dallas loses, Oilers go, Oilers lose. But
the Panthers never get a
cup.
cup.
The state of Florida,
Right. Panthers still don't get a cup.
I don't want them to ever have a cup.
Okay. Yeah. I am okay with that. I'm okay with that, and I understand where you're coming from. I get it. The streak is the thing is, Bob, that the team with the most Canadians, when it comes down to the final Eastern Conference, Western Conference finals, traditionally, the team that wins the cup is the one with the highest percentage of Canadians. Well, let me tell you this, my friend. Oilers have themselves 15 Canadians. So, it's a North American streak, but only because the Canadian players are playing on that American side. It's North America.
You know what? And I love that because they're doing it for themselves. It is a civil war between Canadians.
Another North American win for us. They're every single person's name who's going to be on the cup is Canadian now. It's like, USA, USA.
It's like USA asterisk, USA asterisk.
So I hear what you're saying.
I think we can all be thankful though, because this could be a much worse situation.
Yes,
we could see Toronto in here. We could have the Golden Knights in Colorado, Toronto, and Boston, and how boring of a Final Four would that be?
The real possibility would be we would have the Jets and either the Oilers or Canucks, and then we would have Toronto, like you said. That's the only Canadian team. Who's the next worst team to have in there? The Bruins, I guess, maybe. Wouldn't want to see them.
That's why I said the
Panthers,
Bruins.
Yeah. So yeah.
This is actually I like this matchup.
Yes.
Like
we got a good chance for America. We got a good shot.
Now, I think the only Canadian team that I personally would be okay seeing break this streak, and I could be the only person, is the Habs. I think I'd be okay with seeing the Habs, only because the rest of Canada hates them because they're French Canada.
Yeah,
so they're
that's true.
They would be like, no. Canada still hasn't won. French Canada won it. Yeah.
Right. Wow. Yeah, we don't count that.
Yeah, they would claim it for French Canada.
They said we after we win.
The Habs would say, no. Yeah,
they said
no. Canada did not win. French Canada won.
French Canada win. In all seriousness, I hear the Canada hate. Seeing Draisaitl and McDavid win one, I think is it's a necessity for their legacy for sure. I don't know how you feel about that.
To watch them
player wise.
I mean, let's be honest here. We're getting very dangerously close. That I think now, and we've talked about it for a couple of years. If they don't do it this year, they don't stay another year. They go somewhere else to look for a cup.
We'll see.
They cannot continue. At least one of them, I think, starts looking for a cup elsewhere.
This has been a better series for them for sure. A better playoff for them. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I mean,
at a certain point, dogs got to hunt.
It's definitely the most needed. Yeah, I definitely think they're in the most vulnerable position of their team falling apart if they don't get something done.
Yeah,
I mean,
if I'm that front office, this is dangerous to the front office. They are they need this. No front office needs this more than the Oilers right now.
I can agree with that 100%.
Let's move into our joke of the week. You found this one. What is happening? We are heading above the 38th parallel for this one.
North Korea sends a fleet of balloons carrying excrement and trash to South Korea. I wish there was more to this, Bob. But that's pretty much the joke. That they had balloons filled with, strings attached to trash bags that they sent over the border, and then the balloons, fell, and it was just...
They hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they ain't us. Yes, exactly. 200... South Korea, the military said that they've discovered 260 balloons by Wednesday afternoon. Kim Yo Jong, which is Kim Jong-un's sister, who is basically like their the documentary I watched the other day compared her to Joseph Goebbels. No, Joseph. No, not Lil Kim. No, not Lil Kim. Not Lil Kim. Joseph Goebbels, who, if you don't know out there, is a very notable propaganda minister from
not at all like
the Nazi Germany. No, I mean, I have no idea about Lil Kim's propaganda abilities. Okay, so I don't want to speak to say they're not alike. I don't want to speak and say Lil Kim is not like Kim Yo Jong. But I do want to say that is not who I was comparing them to. This is more of a Joseph Goebbels, McCarthy type situation with the Red Scare. So they got it on the media, and they're basically saying, like, they are saying we did this, but we didn't. It's like, y'all don't even have to tell them, right? Like, so yeah, I don't know if you've looked at the article, but you see the little balloons in the background. So yeah, what are you guys doing? It's like, dude, that's the ultimate troll.
It's chemical warfare.
They're trolling. I mean, technically, by like it is technically, yes, you are right. The Joint Chiefs of Staff. I'm sorry, that was from the Korean state media. According to the Associated Press, where am I reading about this? It is against international law. Oh, yeah. It's claiming that it's a clear violation of international law, an act of seriously threatening the security of South Korea people, and an unethical lowbrow act. Yeah, bro, that's troll. That's troll stuff right there, dude. Sending poop over, They're like, light it on fire, dude. All I could think about when I was hearing them sending the balloons full of poop was Billy Madison. It's poop again. They called the shit poop.
Okay. Now that I'm reading it, I'm not. Listen, it's insane, but at least now I'm seeing why they decided to do this. South Korea protesters or activists have been sending anti-Northern.
The propaganda. Also, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that's why they didn't just decide this is the new warfare. Our nukes not.
Oh no,
balloons. We can do the balloons.
Yeah.
That would imagine if they dropped a nuke from a balloon.
Dude, if you send me one more book, I'm gonna send you shit, dude. I'm gonna poop into. What if the balloon? Yeah, were you just saying that? What if the balloons were filled with poop and they didn't send anything attached to the balloons? The balloons just deflated. It was just full of poop.
This honestly feels like if you asked ChatGPT to write a South Park episode, I feel like this is what it would spit out. 100%.
What would North Korea do in this instance? Poop balloons, dude. Poop shoots.
And like he gets the idea from Cartman and he loves it. And him and Cartman are just
I don't know if you've seen the new South Park special. But it's basically about Ozempic. I
have not.
Basically about Ozempic.
Yeah, I saw clips with Lizzo.
Yeah, if you can't afford Ozempic, then you're given Lizzo, which is just body positivity music. So it's pretty funny if you get a chance to watch. I think it's like 30, 40 minutes or something. It's not like they've been doing a lot of those like just these special like whatevers for whatever. So yeah. But yes, North Korea slinging poop balloons, baby.
Yeah. Let's move into this or that.
Time to cast your vote. Vote your cast. Choose your pick. Pick your choice. Make a decision and take a side for this or that.
It's been a while since we've done this. I almost forgot we had it drop until I looked up and saw it.
Yeah. That's why I threw it in there and instead of questions from the internet. I was like, I don't think we have it dropped.
Yeah. All right. So you came up with this one. Hit me with it.
Speak any language in the world or speak to animals. And I feel like after saying it out loud, it feels like one we've done before, but there's no way that either people remember what we said or listened to that episode recently. So what are you thinking, man? And I think it's tough because tough call. Speak any language in the world, even dead languages, or speak to any animal. So do you have any initial thoughts? Because I feel like either way you could parlay this into some dollars for sure.
I feel like there's an easy one. There's an easy choice here. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
With advancements in technology, at the end of the day, I can roughly speak languages.
Sure.
I speak to animals though, because here's the thing. Assuming you're the only person in history to truly be able to speak to animals, these animals see you as a god now. At least most of them. Maybe not all of them.
That's fair. But like,
and now I have an army of squirrels and shit.
Squirrels are a good answer because squirrels are pretty familiar with us in general. But let me hit you with this. Yeah, you don't
pigeons.
become, like it's like you go into the Amazon rainforest and you contact an uncontacted tribe. They try to kill you, Bobby. They're like, I don't know about this dude. You're dead, and they cut you up. So that would be honestly, my argument to the speaking to animals thing. I think speaking to animals is the right answer. Speaking any language in the world is obviously pretty solid. Nobody can ever get one past you.
Yeah, that's solid. But I'm going to tell you right now how I feel about this, and that goes to speak about the speaks to animals. How strong to me, in my opinion, that this is in this situation. If this said speak any language or speak to the animals you own, I would still take it. If I got to just speak to my pets, just have full conversations with them, I'm still taking it. Because
okay, I want to hit you with that. I want to talk to them. That's kind of the opposite. That's kind of the opposite for me. Yes, it would be great at first. But what if your dog's having like an existential crisis, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like you're finding out all this stuff that like you don't feel like you actually needed to know because like they're communicating with you, but what if your feelings are different and like they don't feel the same way you do? Like you saw that dog that they taught to like press the buttons or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Well, like they started adding more stuff and like the dog like eventually was like, why dog? Like why is he a dog and they're a human? God. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. I think thinking about that, like thinking about like actually being able to communicate. Because like, is it all animals? Like would bees when they're flying by or wasp or whatever, they just start
would they
talking
just go
to you?
Buzz.
Would they just say buzz?
But also
bitch, buzz, here's
bitch. The thing. Now I will also say that because you have also that gives them some more, depth, and you particularly have committed genocide against bees.
100%.
You could find out that there's like a global.
Carpenter bees.
Like, they're gonna come at you.
Carpenter bees. Like I'm gonna start hearing chatter through the through the grapevine, and like I'll find out. And not just that, bees are coming.
Think about. Yeah, not just that, but think about like. As humans, we don't see them all the time, but in your house, in the walls, there are spiders. Like there are billions and billions of insects, which means you can't sleep at night because they're talking. Yeah, no, they're communicating.
Speaking language.
They're going to get food.
I mean, we could even argue.
I have changed.
We could even argue though that they can't speak to you without the permission. Yeah, we can't speak to you without the permission.
But also,
we'll give you that.
And
because your answer is not wrong. It's a great thing, but like I feel like I'm learning too much, dude.
Now here's a loophole. And so here's the thing: we agree that sign language is a language.
Yes.
So
yes. Speak any language on Earth. That is ever
that is a way of communicating. So we can also agree that animals communicate with each other within their own ways.
Right.
So animals have their own language.
Right.
So would that then mean that you could get 2 for 1, and when you can speak any language,
you're not.
Speak
they don't speak a language. I get where you're going. No,
this
genie
fucked up.
I hear what you're saying, but sign language wasn't created in a vacuum. One day, people didn't just start doing hand signals to one another and was like, "Jerry is there." Or whatever, sign language is a basis of the English language or whatever language that it's associated with.
Oh, yeah.
It's like American Sign Language.
I'm just being a goober.
Yeah, it's a goober question. It was a goober question, Bobby.
Yeah.
And it brought...
But it's a question that if... Yeah.
It showed we have no integrity. We have no integrity on this podcast.
Because because here's the thing. If a genie offered me this, I would 100% choose speak any language, and you bet I would hire a lawyer to say that dogs speak a language.
Yes.
And I would take that genie to motherfucking court.
You barking,
probably win.
Barking shit. Yeah. I mean, I mean,
we know that genie. Yeah. because genies don't have rights because they're not people, so they don't have the same rights in court.
Fair enough, Bobby. You can speak any language to any animal, but they are not able to communicate back to you because they don't.
See that right there? Yeah. See, I like that. That is a good stipulation.
There we go.
Because and honestly, I like that too. Because honestly, then I don't know if my dogs have an existential crisis. But guess what? I can tell them, hey, man, hey, quit, chill out. It's just a dude walking by. You don't have to go crazy.
That's way worse because
they can hear.
Well, yeah, but see, that's way worse, Bob. Because then when he keeps doing it, then you know that he knows, dude. That he knows. He's like, oh, he just doesn't understand me. No, he does. He 100% does.
Yeah.
There was a lawyer that made a contract with a genie that says he understands you. So
see, here's the thing. I think dogs I think 90% of dogs would be cool. If you have a cat, I'm not speaking of fucking cats. That seems like a problem to me.
You're like, hey, come over for this thing. You're like, do you have cats? They're like, yeah. It's like, I cannot, dude. And they made me want to kill myself last time I hung out with a cat, dude.
Yeah. That's how it is. Honestly, that's how I feel around cats, and I can't even speak to them. So imagine if I could communicate with them.
Okay, so our answers are speak any language in the world, or I think yours was speak to animals based off of our stipulations.
Yeah, initially speak to animals, but with all the stipulations and stuff, I would choose language. They're both good, but right off the bat, animals.
Okay.
All right, let's move into what are you binging? I've been playing this game. It's not a new game. It's new to me. I just got it on the Switch. It's also on PC. It's on console.
Okay.
It's an amazing roguelike game called Hades. You play the son of Hades, and you're trying to escape the underworld, and you have to you have to get like boons and stuff from the Olympus gods, and Hades is a dick. You kind of play like a bratty teenager that just wants to get out. And as you play the storyline, you realize, okay, well, there's a reason to escaping. They're coming out with Hades 2 that's on PC yet, not on Switch. Right. It's an extremely difficult game. But I've been absolutely loving it. This game is one of the few games, honestly, on IGN and all places that's ranked like it is known on Reddit and IGN and all the ranking places as the best game to be released in like the past 10 years.
Wow.
That's
pretty impressive.
It has gotten like a universal 10 out of 10 everywhere.
Well, I have something on my list. I would highly suggest
playing it.
I have something on my list here. But I'm first, since you brought up a game, I did go and get World at War. I'm trying to play through my first playthrough. I'm trying to play through on veteran, on the veteran skill set, which I've, you die a lot, but no problem. The problem is now I'm like stuck in a room trying to snipe across this building it is so hard, dude, to try to snipe this guy before he snipes me. Dude, it is.
Question, is that the one where there's like a car that comes in and you're at the building? Yes. I think I know exactly the mission you're talking about because it took
it's
me
the first Russian
mission.
I just did a couple of the American, Japanese Marine missions.
It's the one that's kind of like Enemy at the Gates. If you've ever seen the movie.
Is that the one with the girl sniper or whatever?
Yeah, the girl sniper, and it's got what's his name?
Sorry, ladies. The amazing female sniper that have like 300 confirmed kills, but the girl sniper is
Jude Law. Jude
Law did it. Is that really her name? Jude Law's an actor.
Jude Law.
Okay.
No, there was a woman sniper in the movie, but Jude Law is the main character. Rachel Rice, or whatever, the girl from The Mummy is the female sniper.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So that is it is tough, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna keep trying to battle through it, but it's kind of getting unfun because I'm stuck in one room and I got to try to run him through to the specific window. And dude, like the problem is, as soon as I see him, he's seen me too, and he's shooting, and I'm trying to shoot, but he's already killed me.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to tell you right now, that mission, I beat that game on the hardest difficulty, except that mission. I had to turn it down. Okay. And I remember, you know what? I'm not going to spoil anything. You do you.
Yeah. I've grazed him. I've grazed him like 4 or 5 times, dude. I'm like kind of frustrated with it. So I was like, I'm going to back out a little bit. I'm going to come back into it later. But what I did have on my list was the new Netflix series that Shane Gillis is in.
I'm excited.
And Stavros Tires. Yeah, we've watched 4 of the 6 episodes. It's pretty funny. Very dry Shane Gillis-y humor. Definitely what you've seen clip-wise pretty much the funniest parts of it, which is unfortunate. There's
definitely someone told me
parts.
It's like BoJack Horseman meets The Office, is what I've heard.
Yeah, it's I don't know if I'd go. It's very workplace. Yeah, very workplace oriented. You don't really leave the tire shop a lot. Only 6 episodes. I liked it pretty good. It felt like it was going to be funny. Again, the problem is all of the best clips have been out there for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of the frustrating part is that it's definitely got some rewatchability type of deal. It's not too serious. And Stavros is in it too. You know who I'm talking about? That Greek guy from Baltimore. You definitely know if you see him.
Yes. Yeah.
And so he's pretty funny. He's in it.
The balding guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
So,
what?
Pretty funny, but yeah. So that's what I've just been watching, bro.
Hell yeah. Let's move into what's snapping your stick.
Bobby and Brandon are about to find out exactly what snaps their sticks.
All right. So, what snapped my stick? And this is a workplace thing. Very few people are going to relate to me on this one. But obviously, summer break is here, and no one told me when I started teaching that when summer came, I had to get everything out of my classroom. I mean, I knew I'd have to get some stuff out so I could clean it, but I didn't know that meant I had to take my mini fridge, my fan, anything that was not owned by Rutherford County had to be out of that room. And they did not tell me that, which meant I had to spend a long time getting all that heavy stuff. And a couple of those things I just took up within like the last month. Because I was like, oh, okay, I can just keep it in there. Luckily, one big ass thing, I actually asked like the head of maintenance. I was like, hey, can I just put this in the hall with my name on it? Because I had to borrow my father-in-law's $350 to get it there in the first place. So I was like, I'm not about to ask him to come all the way back up into Laverne to get this thing.
Right.
So yeah. But other than that, not much.
Yeah,
but that, and I mean, yeah.
I feel like it's definitely obvious you've never been into a school in the summer, though. You've never been inside of a school in the summer.
No.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been, I've seen
now that I'm a teacher. Before, I never really had a reason.
Sure. Well, it's like not like I didn't like have summer school or anything, but like just like different various reasons, sporting events or whatever. Mom worked at a somebody's parents worked at a school. But anyway, yeah, they're empty as hell for sure. Mine, it's nothing in particular that's happened to me, but I saw something today and noticed it. Somebody this particular dwelling, domicile, if you will, this person's house, they have 4 people that live there and all have their own cars. And so they all have their own spots. And then so those 4 individuals are out and about doing their thing. And somebody is over at their house swimming in the pool. That person that is over swimming at the pool parked in one of their spots. And it's not like a situation where that's the only spot. It's like you don't live there and there's plenty of other places to park. Why are you parking where somebody that would live there that could show up? You know what I'm saying? It's just annoying. Like, why do I have to tell you don't park where I normally park because you're going to leave and I'm not here. So I don't know. It's just like a little, like, I just saw it and I was like, oh, it kind of bothers me. It kind of snaps my stick a bit. There's instances in which, I parked in your spot for whatever various reasons. But like, hey, can I borrow your pool and then inconvenience you when you get home too? Also? So that's it. That's all I got.
Nice. Yeah. Before we end, though, some breaking news has just released that I think, maybe not affect everyone. Starting June 3rd, all locations within the United States, Walmart will be returning to 24 hours.
No way.
So if ever you need to make your June 3rd.
3 a.m. shopping again? Walmart. It's back, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, some people have never been into Walmart past midnight, and it shows, dude. And it shows. It shows in the face of this country. So I think good. That's the first true sign. That's the first true sign of normalcy I've seen since since COVID came. I'm like, the world is back, which I don't know is necessarily a good thing, but Walmart 24 hours. That's we're restoring it a little bit back to normal life.
Yeah, nature is healing. Yeah.
Brother,
but all right, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. It's been absolutely amazing. For Brandon, I'm Bobby. This has been the Pucks Out Podcast. We'll see you all again next time.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Pucks Out Podcast. To see what other ridiculousness the guys are up to, check them out on Twitter and Instagram @PucksOutPod.